ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. And today, it is deadline day. We're going to be talking about my team um, and why I picked them. There's not much change from game week 21. I've kept almost the same team, just the substitutes and all that lot. That's all. Um, I'm just holding off for another week or two on certain players. And also, big news coming out of Crystal Palace that Gahey maybe 90% is going off to Man City. A lot of people are getting rid of Gahey, but for me, I will probably keep him, probably put him on my bench. He will not be playing this weekend, I believe. Um, Also, Mateta is another one that I've been hearing that could leave this month. That could be a lot of problems for Crystal Palace. Glasner, their manager, is leaving at the end of the season. There's something gone wrong at Palace this season. A bit of it with Eze leaving last for Arsenal start of this season. So I think that's probably hit a little bit there. So I think be careful with Palace at the moment. Um, Palace do have um, Sunderland this weekend, so that's going to be a big shock. Um, if you still got some of your transfers, maybe think about bringing in a Sunderland player because the defense may not be as strong. There's a lot of rift going on, so just be a bit careful. Um, so that's one little warning. But let's have a look at my team and the reason why I have picked them. Okay. So, as you can see up here, it is a 11 a.m. deadline. Okay. That is UK time. So, please pay attention. So, this video is going out just after about 9 o'clock in the morning. So, 2 hours from there. So, please make sure you get all your stuff in. Um, Make sure you're on it. Make sure you've done your substitutions. If you're doing bench boost, triple captain, if you're doing your wild card, make sure you've done them all correctly. So there we go. So my first player, as you can see, is David Raya. It is against Nottingham Forest. And I think he is doing really well. As you can see, points per match, he's the fourth best goalkeeper. Did really well against Liverpool. Didn't do well against um, Bournemouth or Villa, but hey, we will look at it throughout and maybe change it up a little bit. Now, he was originally in this position, but Mendes is now in there. So he's not done really well the last two games. It is against Manchester United. I think it's going to be a bit of a feisty one. I am a bit worried that there may be a few yellow cards, so I'm a bit unsure. Gabriel. Well, you can't go wrong with Gabriel at the moment. He is the number one defender. 7.5 points per game. So I think everyone out there has got to look at him. Yes, he is the most expensive defender, but he's your number one defender. You've got to have him in your team. Against Forest. Yes, Forest do have some Polish players. So it could be a bit of a tricky one, but you never know with rebounds and all that lot. Chabala, again, he's one of those what I consider a top 10 player. So he's ranked sixth. Price tag's quite nice. 5.1. Okay, against Brentford, it's a bit hard. Okay, but Chelsea do have a new manager, so new tactics may be a bit of a question. But as you can see there, their next 3 game. Well, if you include the Fulham game, we've got 4 games in London. So we've already had one. They've got 3 more to go. Um, and then they do have Wolves away is their next one. So the next 5 games, 4 of them are in London. So that is a very good little thing to look out for. Not much travelling as well. Um, Now we go to our midfielders. Now I was a bit unsure with one of my players, and that is Phil Foden, who's form-wise at the moment is okay, 6th, but look at the last few games, 3-2-2. So yeah, you've got to be a bit careful. Also with new players coming in, it could be a bit of a difference. You never know. But that could be coming up in the next few game weeks. Wilson doing really well. I think depending on Leeds away, that could be a bit of a tricky one. So I wasn't too sure. Brighton at home again. It's that mid-table battle with those next 3 games. So I could see him pipping in and scoring, but also again I can see them conceding. So you're going to be gaining points, losing points. So you just got to be a bit careful, okay? But that is my little problem that I have here. Um, Enzo, again, same, but he's outside of my top 10 points. So, but 9, 9, 11, 1. So, has he picked up his pace? Hopefully, he has. He's going to stay in my team for another 2 or 3 more weeks. If not, goodbye. Declan Rice, okay, yeah, he didn't play in the Villa game. Got 17 points and 3, so 20 points into 10 points. And he is a top midfielder. So again, you're having a top midfielder, you've got to have him in your team. Price wise, 16th, most expensive. Get away with that, so that's quite nice. Fixtures coming up could be reasonable as well. As you can see, we do have Danny Welbeck. He's my vice skipper, but I am actually going to be changing that to um, Rice. That was when I transferred someone in. He was the vice skipper, so I've changed that around. Danny Welbeck against Bournemouth should be all right. Hasn't got any, but with Danny Welbeck, he then does go a bit dry, but then he does pick up and go on and on for a few games. So he's one to look out for. He's outside of my top 10 positionings, but he's one of these players that, again, are on my radar that I may potentially move. Thiago, second best forward. Done really well this season. Look at those last few games. Okay. 12, 17, 2. So hopefully you can carry that on into game week 22. Yes, it is at Chelsea, but Chelsea do concede, and have they had much time? Practice that? Probably not. Main man Haaland, he is the number one player. He is the number one price, and he is also in 74% of players' teams. Most people will have him as captain. Yes, he is playing against Manchester United this week, and I think that he always likes to beat Manchester United, and he's always up for it. But I also think he could be a bit of a hothead, and he may have a bit of a temper against United. So be a bit careful there, I think. My subs, I am going to put Gahey at the back of it, and I'm going to just switch them around because it is very important that if any of these players don't play, it is that first position, except for the goalkeeper. If it's goalkeeper, then switch. So always be careful where you've got players. So I do potentially like this. It is against Palace. Palace. If none of these players play, this player comes straight in, and I'll take that all day long. Do I think I need to upgrade my team a bit? Well, I've got 1.4 million in the bank still. I've got 2 transfers to be done. The next game week, I'll have 3 transfers. So, depending, I could look at that and see what I need to work on and who can I bring in. And there are some names on here like Simeo, but then I could get rid of Foden, and I'm still gaining money. Brian Guimaraes is another option as well that I'm been looking at. Rogers is another one that I've been kind of looking at. So with Guimaraes, fixture wise, okay, but we'll see on that. So that is my team for game week 22, and the reason why. We'll just have a quick look at the top players in. You guys can just see. I'm not gonna go through it because we've already done enough of that. But as you can see, a lot of them are on that star dream team. Okay, for the top transfers in, and then the top transfers out. Foden. So I think that's a good little shout, and there's a few injured players here. So, and Gay's there as well, but that's because of, I think, people don't want 4 or 5 Man City players in their team. Now, if you did it right, you could have had Gay and Simeo in your team already, and potentially could have 5. 5. We'll see. We'll see if it works. But ladies and gentlemen, that is my team for game week 22. Put down in the comments what you think about my team and what you would change in my team. Also, put down something to talk about for the next game week, and we will bring that up. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Good luck for game week 22. And I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye from now.